Now, Turkey is leading calls for a big increase in the number of aid trucks allowed into Gaza. At the moment, 20 to 30 trucks are being allowed in each day, but the Turkish president wants this ramped up to 500. The Penny Appeal is one of the very few charities authorised to send aid in via the Rafah crossing from Egypt. And I'm joined now by Ray Jordan, Director of the International Network at the Penny Appeal. Thanks so much for joining us. What is your take on the humanitarian pauses that were announced by the White House yesterday and how they're actually working on the ground in reality?
Sally, I would have to say, speaking very candidly, humanitarian pauses, they're a sticking plaster. They're literally a drop in the ocean compared to what is absolutely needed straight away, which is a ceasefire and real humanitarian access. Trying to get humanitarian assistance to a couple of million people, a few trucks a day, 20, 30, 40, it's a drop in the ocean, and it's literally tokenism by the international community.
Yeah, and Ray, just on that, you're one of the very few charities getting aid into Gaza over the Rafah crossing. How much is getting in at the moment?
Tiny. When you think about it, since 30-something days, now 35 days, we're coming up to approximately 800 trucks have got across the border. If you just put this into perspective, if you think of something like the size of Greater Manchester, what services something the size of Greater Manchester, over 2 million people every day, how many trucks would you see on the road in one day? To say that 20, 30, 40, 100, 800 trucks in a month, it's literally a drop in the ocean. And the people inside in Gaza, they do not have the time to actually wait for that border to, number one, to open up for real humanitarian assistance, which is hundreds of trucks every day, and also for a ceasefire. They're the two critical things that people need. And I just find it very frustrating to be here talking about tens and twenties of trucks when we need to be talking about thousands of trucks, not in a week, not in a month, but starting tomorrow.
And how frustrating is it trying to get the aid to where it's needed once it is over the crossing and into Gaza? We're hearing about these 4-hour humanitarian pauses. How much can actually be achieved in a window like that?
It's tokenism. It's literally tokenism. To be able to say, if you think of a mother and her children, and you're saying there's a 4-hour window, you've been under bombardment for 30-something days. How can you even have the confidence to walk a couple of yards, never mind walk a mile, never mind walk 10 miles to try to get yourself out of the problems that you're in? The difficulty is that there is no safe place to go inside in Gaza. I've been involved in humanitarian work for 30 years, and it's the first and only time I can remember that the civilian population have never had a route to flee. So when you think about it, our colleagues and partners of ours, they have been killed. They're there and they're suffering every day. And we speak to them on the phone and they say, Ray, I have nowhere to go. I'm with my wife. I'm with my children. I have lost everything. Thanks be to God, we're still alive, but I have nowhere to go. So I just think people have to really push every avenue to get the humanitarian assistance in and to get a ceasefire tomorrow, not in a month, not in a week. It has to come as quickly as possible.
Ray Jordan, we really appreciate your time this evening and we wish you all the best with your very important work. Thank you.
Thank you.